Question is, shall the bill pass as amended? Chair recognizes Representative Boggs.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I rise today in opposition of House Bill 258. It feels very much like we have been here before, and I can appreciate that we all hold our convictions on this issue very strongly. When I woke up this morning, I was thinking, what can I say about this legislation that I haven't said before already? The last time we debated this bill, lame duck of 2016, I was pregnant for the first time, also just about ready to have a baby and enter motherhood. And I talked about the unforeseen difficulties in pregnancy that I didn't know about before becoming pregnant myself, and the importance of allowing women to have the ability to make the best medical decisions for themselves and their families with their partners and their doctors. And I considered dusting that speech off again and maybe adding some parts about how becoming a mother, and specifically becoming a mother to a daughter, has only increased my resolve about how important it is to allow women to be able to control when they enter motherhood. Motherhood should never be forced upon anyone. I believe everyone in this room recognizes the difficulties and the sacrifices and the privilege that it is to become a mother when you're ready, willing, able, and capable of caring for a child. And I think many of this room are very fortunate that we don't really understand the difficulties of becoming a parent when we don't have that support and we aren't ready, willing, and capable of caring for that child. This morning, though, I was reviewing the bill and I was reading the summary, and I noted that there's only one exception to this bill, and the exception is necessary to prevent the death of a pregnant woman or prevent substantial irreversible impairment of a major bodily function. And it goes on to note that a woman's mental health does not qualify as an exception to this bill. And I know I talked yesterday about my experience working with crime victims in the Attorney General's office. And while I have admittedly always been pro-choice, there is nothing that makes you more steadfast pro-choice than working with victims of rape and sexual assault. And yesterday I talked about a victim who was concussed and later had a stroke. These cases, they stay with you forever. Today I'm going to tell you about a young woman I worked with who sought assistance from our office, who was 13 years old. And she had been raped, and she had found herself pregnant. She would have delivered the baby when she was 14. She did not know who the father of the child was because she had been raped by her father since she was 11, and she had been raped by her brother for the past 6 months before she found out she was pregnant. And she told, the victim advocate for her told us that she had relayed to a social worker that she wanted to terminate the pregnancy because she was afraid that she would have a girl, and that she couldn't imagine a world where if she brought a daughter into it, that her daughter wouldn't be raped by her family. And this young woman was so mentally damaged and emotionally damaged. She had also indicated to the social worker that she thought if she found out she was having a girl, she might do something to cause her self-harm, either to terminate the pregnancy on her own or to take her own life. And you can understand when a 13-year-old has only lived in a world where her reality has been such violence and abuse that she couldn't conceive of another option for a child that she would be bringing into this world. And I think about her and how it is so unacceptable to me that we could create policy that would prevent her from being able to determine that she was not ready to become a mother and access her constitutional right to an abortion. I will be voting against this bill today because I am pro-choice, and I would be voting against this bill even if it made the exceptions for rape and incest. But I still think that this bill goes too far. It is too extreme when it doesn't include those exceptions for rape, incest, or consider the mental health and what we would be putting that potential mother through. I urge my colleagues to vote no today.